Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Susan. I'm an international customer success manager here at Partoo, and I'm accompanied today by Karina from Automotive Glass Experts. And so Karina is part of the H team, and she is also part of our Barometer of 2022 as one of the brands that best performed. So Karina, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Thank you, Susan, for the presentation. I'm Karina Feliciano, and I'm the marketing manager of Automotive Glass Experts, former Automotive Glass Europe. And I'm really happy to co-host this season with Susan. Thank you for having me.
So we're just going to wait a couple minutes for everyone to join, but please don't hesitate in the chat bar to let us know where you're joining from. I see some hellos. Hello, everyone. But yeah, we would love to know where you're joining from. Charlotte from London. Hello. Lisbon. Amazing. Casablanca. I'm not going to read all the countries and the cities, but it's great to see everyone from around the world. So without further ado, we can now start the webinar. So today's agenda will be split into two parts. So the first part will be more oriented on why and how this barometer was created. And it's really going to be about understanding why e-reputation is so important. And the second part is going to be around Age's experience with Partoo, the review management product, and also their e-reputation strategy and how they made it onto the Barometer of 2022. So just a quick introduction on Partoo for those of you who are logging into the webinar and don't know what Partoo is. So Partoo is an all-in-one platform that helps you get closer to your customers. So we have a bunch of products. The main product of Partoo is the presence management tool. So the presence management actually allows you to centralize all of your main information, so such as phone number, address, etc. And then you'll be able to broadcast this information on different platforms such as Waze, Facebook, Google, etc. We also have products, most notably the review management product that's really linked to the e-reputation, so the topic that we're discussing today. So it's going to be centralizing your reviews from Google and Facebook and being able to answer to these directly from Partoo. And we also have another fun product, the messages tool, that allows you to centralize messages from Google, Facebook, and Instagram and be able to answer to these messages directly. If you have any questions on the Partoo platform, we can obviously discuss this in a different call for you to get to know Partoo a bit more. But let's dive into the webinar. So why was this webinar created and why was this barometer created? So did you know that 91% of customers actually look online before doing a purchase of the product or service they want? So that means that 9 out of 10 people are actually typing on Google the service and product they want to eventually purchase before going in store. So when they're actually going online, they are confronted with all of these reviews from different customers. So that's why it's so important to start treating these reviews and really considering your brand image and your e-reputation. That's what e-reputation is all about and why it's so important. So now to dive more into what the barometer is, how it was calculated, and the aspects of it. So the barometer of 2022 of Partoo, we actually built this barometer based of Partoo clients who have subscribed to the review management tool. So we're talking about over 72,000 POIs, so points of interest. And off of all this data, we're really looking into 5 different aspects. So the first aspect we're looking at is the response rate to reviews. So this is a weight of 20%. The response rate really corresponds to the treatment rate, so considering all of these reviews. Then we have the average rating of the company. So this is going to be your score. So the score from 1 to 5 of a company, which weighs 30%. Then we have the diversity of answers to appraisal. So this is 10%. So this is really going to be about personalizing an answer to your customers. Then we have the number of reviews received. So this is of 25%. And finally, the response time to reviews, which is of 15%. So making sure that you're answering to your different customers in a reasonable time slot. There are 2 types of sectors, sectors that we analyzed with this barometer. So we saw in 2022, firstly, that there was a 20% increase in reviews from 2021. So we're seeing that there's way more of an importance around e-reputation in 2022. And we saw that there were 2 types of sectors. So the sectors with the best progress in 2022, these were the following. So we have the health sector, with an increase of 47% in reviews received in 2022. We also have the sector of banking and insurance with an increase of 44% reviews received in 2022. And finally, we have the beauty sector with an increase of 27% of reviews in 2022. So these are the sectors that have had the best progress in the year of 2022. Now let's also look at the sectors with, in general, the most reviews. So without much surprise, we're talking about hotel and restaurants in first place, with typically a McDonald's. Then we're looking at specialized stores in second place, with Falabella, for example. And finally, we're talking about retail, which is also a sector that brings in a lot of reviews with, for example, Decathlon. So let's now talk about more into detail what the review management tool is about. So the review management tool allows you to, again, centralize reviews from Google, Facebook, and TripAdvisor, and you're able to answer to these reviews from Partoo directly. There's also a tool on Partoo within the review management product that's a reply template. So you're able to create and to use reply templates. This will help you in answering reviews and being more efficient in answering to reviews. It can be a bit overwhelming when you see that you've received thousands of reviews and you don't know if you have to type a personalized response every time. Reply templates really help for this. The review management product also allows you to receive different reports, so really to track your e-reputation strategy. And you're also able to see both on the mobile app to see the different reviews received, and on the desktop app you're able to see which POIs are performing better in terms of reviews and e-reputations and which ones are struggling the most. So it's a lot of important data. And this is also a product and leads me to introduce you to Age. Age has been using the review management tool since May 2022. And in that amount of time, Age is now part of our top companies in the Barometer. So they are featured in the companies that work with Partoo that are dealing with their e-reputation in the best way possible. So congrats to Age on that. And we have the following results of the Barometer 2022 for Age. So we have 4.2 out of 5 of average score, which is an excellent score. We have this average score on 107 POI, so points of interest. And finally, we have a reputation barometer score of 71.12. So without further ado, Karina, I'll let you introduce Age and your e-reputation strategy.
Thank you, Susan. First of all, before I advance, like Susan said, it's very important for some of you to first understand what is Age. We are Automotive Glass Experts. Our former name were Automotive Glass Europe, and we are a global network of automotive glass service providers with more than 50 years of experience. We do many service, and from Age perspective, what we do is on the first end create a good environment between members where share know-how and best practice are developed. We also have a global strategy with a local approach. We work on key international agreements with suppliers, insurance, fleet, and leasing partners, and we also offer our customers a global coverage. Basically, what this means is, imagine I'm currently in Portugal, and I decide to travel to Spain, and I get there my glass broken. And through our partnership, the member in Spain, that in this case is Galarza, can do the service with the same price and conditions that it will be on Portugal. So, like I was saying, we are present in 22 countries that I will showcase in the next slide. We have 2,000 workstations, 2,000 mobile units, and 7,000 glass professionals. So, as you can imagine, this is really hard to keep track. So, it's all the help is needed. So, we are present in North America, Africa, Asia, and Europe. As you can see, we are most present in Europe. And in the green countries, let's say it like that, is where Partoo is currently working. The idea is we started first with Vetrocar and Galarza. Vetrocar is our member in Italy, and Galarza is our member in Spain. And then we now are growing in Africa with our boys, Glass Auto Express in Morocco, and also Triplex in Latvia, and Mr. Windscreen in Ireland. But the idea is to, like I said, to have all workstations on board. We do a lot of jobs per year, 5,100 service per day. So imagine the number of customers trying to find the workstation and information about automotive glass repair and replacement services. On our members' locations, and now I'm specifically talking about the members that are working with already with Partoo, we have our workstations, the headquarters, training centers, and warehouses. So, and our main focuses and our services are the fuel to our decisions. So safety, of course, is very important, especially for the service. Sustainability is also one key factor because all our customer journey is focused on sustainable commitments. And then high quality service and products and customer experience. I will explain ahead where Partoo helped us. So seeing our customer journey and starting right ahead, normally the damage occurs in what normally, like Susan was saying, we get our phone and first thing we do is automotive glass repair or broken glass, what to do. And the first information that appears on Google is Google My Business, is the location, it's the maps. So Partoo is with right tools and the best practices is helping us be upfront and this is competitive. It's very important to be ahead of the competition, let's say it like that, and be present. And we also need to provide all the answers that the customer might have, which I will explain later how we do it. Also, if the customer searches the location, he goes directly to the workstation, the closest, let's say it like that. So he's reducing CO2 emissions. And when on Google My Business, we have the online booking with artificial intelligence, one of the things that we started to implement also as our sustainable commitment, repair versus replacement. And also he has the multi-communication platforms, message, chat, phone. The customer can call and do the booking very easily, or on the platforms that I just mentioned. And that cancels the need to go to the workstation to do the book, because to do the booking for the change of the glass or the repair. And also, this is very important for us. Of course, that this is just one of the many steps. We have the service level agreement for global, the booking also physical, like I was saying, on the workstation. We also do damage assessment with artificial intelligence. We also have a global glass claims platform for the international jobs that I just mentioned. This is available in all our members. We also are implementing electric cars in our mobile units that we can go directly to the customer. In the workstation, we also have a few steps for sustainability. And after the service, even after the service is complete, we give our customers a lifetime guarantee. And we also do follow-up. In here, also Partoo helps us with the ratings. So going now with the e-reputation, why is it so important? Like I was saying, being an international level, the online presence for us and for all of us, everyone now, is to have a strong presence. When you go online, normally I don't even go to the second page personally. So if we are on online present on the top search, it's very positive for us. And the branding is a positive online reputation, can create a strong brand. And even if we place the information the transparent as possible, we also increase the trust in the customer. If we place also the ready answers, when I say ready answers, if in the Google My Business, we have all the questions that answer automatically, all the questions that the customer might have, it also improves the customer acquisition and also improves the engine rankings. Of course, this if we are on top and we have all of this with the ratings, positive ratings and things like that, we have a competitive advantage to our competition. Please let me know if you have any questions. In the end, you can also, we'll also answer your possible questions. So going forward, the experience that we had with Partoo and the challenge that we faced. First of all, I think the biggest questions is why Partoo? First of all, we have 22 members. And those 22 members are really different, let's say it like that, even though the service is the same and the quality. We have different sizes, different structures, and also different needs. Partoo offers our members personalized assistance, and that is really important, especially for members that don't have marketing departments. And even they are starting from, not from scratch, but almost on Google My Business. So the platform is also really easy and intuitive, and it's also one thing that I really liked is that we can create different assets to our members' needs. Imagine we have the My Assets that's international, then we have the members, and even within the members, each employee has its responsibility and we can work on that. And also it's really time saving. I think the crucial part in Partoo also, it's really time saving, even for people that have a lot of experience, because it's easier. Everything is collected on the same place. You can, like Susan said, we have reply templates, personalized, of course. And we also have the real-time analytics. We can see what we are doing 6 months ago, 1 month ago, 1 week ago, yesterday, now, and we can improve, see what it's not working and where we can get better. So with Partoo team, we established 4 easy steps to build a new reputation. The first one, I'm going to go deep on each one, but it's develop a professional and consistent online presence, post high quality content, monitor our online reputation, and engage with our audience. So, like I was saying, search engine optimization, being ahead on the page, how we can get there. It's really easy. It's basically have the easy. With Partoo, it's easy, but we need to have the opening hours. It's really on a personal level when I see the opening hours that are not correct, and I go specifically to a place and it's not open. It gives me already a bad feeling. So it's really important to have the hours updated. Photos of the service also increase the trust on the customer. Have a detailed information about the service, contacts, tags, of course, and categories, attributes, and additional and secondary URLs. In these URLs, you can even place the online booking, for example. Ours has artificial intelligence, but and it's really interesting what you can place here. And also Partoo tool helps us understand, okay, you already, how can you improve? And here we have an image, 5 missing information, and where exactly makes sense to add more information. Now, also one thing that it's really interesting, and even from my side as a marketing manager, photos of the location and service is really something that we are used to, even on a personal level. But it's really interesting when you can post campaigns into local promotion. Imagine, I'm saying Vetrocar because it's on top of my mind. So imagine that I'm the marketing manager of Vetrocar, and one location isn't doing so well as another. So what can I do? I can do on Google, even on Google My Business, a local campaign, and when I search for the location, it appears automatically there. This is just of course, this we need to dive deep on this, but it's just for you also to know this is really interesting. Also, one thing that we need to do is monitor our online reputation. What are people saying about us? This is crucial for everyone. So the platform is really easy. We have the reviews, and in here we also the time that we take to answer the clients. It's really important to give a positive not image, but okay, I had a bad experience with this service, but they try to solve it. This is exactly what we want. We try to solve it as fast as possible and try to improve the customer experience and satisfaction. So in the last 6 months, and here you can see already the improvement, we took 1 day to answer or less. With the template, it's really easy. And also on total, since before Partoo, we took 37 days. So automatically here, you can see that time to respond the customer is really important. We also can see the review evolution, how things are being treated, and even internally to understand what it's going on and how to improve it. And here, what we need to do is engage with the audience. Like I was saying, when we receive a negative feedback, we need to understand what happened. Of course, when I say templates, some situations are different. There are some exceptions, but we can mitigate the risk and also see what happened on their workstation so it never happens again. So everything is really good for everyone. That's exactly what we want, the customer to feel comfortable, safe, and the service is as easy as possible. And we also encourage positive reviews. We do this online and also offline. Online, imagine that I gave a 5 rating, to a service, and we go there and thank for the feedback because it's also very important. And even offline, we don't do this only with customers that are happy. We do this with everyone. Attention to that, but we try to engage the customers to leave a review afterwards, and even if not on Google, with NPS. Um, for example, in my personal experience, again, when I go to imagine I want to find a salon for the hair. I go to Google My Business, and if I see that has a bad rating, I'm like, what? Maybe I can choose another. What do you normally? This question for Susan also. If you see a bad rating, even a 4, are you 4? No, but a 3, something suspicious. Are you going to that service?
No, honestly, I think my kind of base is a 4.2,
Okay.
especially
Well,
for restaurants. So no, I'm pretty strict on that. I'm
yeah,
sure you are
restaurants
too.
especially. Yeah, I can imagine that our audience also has the same thing. If I see a bad rating, especially on restaurants, and hair is very important, so it's really, really important. Um, and from my side is basically everything. Please let me know if you have any question.
Thank
Or
you.
thank you.
Thank you, Karina, for introducing us to age and also how you manage your reputation with Partoo. It's always interesting to see the progress and the results. The days you going from 37 days to 1 day of answering to reviews is crazy. So again, good job on all of that. And so also wanted to congratulate the 3 following brands. So Decathlon Switzerland, Leroy Merlin Portugal, and Decathlon UK, who were top 3 in our Barometer of 2023. So congrats to all of these different brands. And it's really interesting to see, following what was discussed at the start of the webinar, that the retail sector is the one that's receiving a lot of reviews. And we can also see that it's pretty coherent with the companies also being ranked here. And to the other companies that are also part of our barometer. So we have companies in the restaurant sector, such as shawarma. So as Karina and I were saying, it's really important for restaurants, not only because it's the sector that receives the most reviews, but to have a good reputation and make sure that you want to go to that restaurant. So congrats to them. And again, also congrats to all of the different brands, also in the retail sector, Decathlon, Swiss Collector, etc. So this brings us to the end of our webinar, but we still have time for questions. So please feel free to ask any questions that you have. Karina and I are here to answer to these. So yeah, let us know in the chat if you have questions. Thank you for the feedback.
Thank you, João.
Don't be shy. You can ask away if you have any demands.
And also, I would like to, since we are waiting for the possible questions, to thank all the members that are currently working with Partoo, because this wouldn't be possible without them and all their work. And happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day, and congrats to all of your team, Karina.
Thank you, Susan.
If there are no questions, maybe we'll wait a couple more seconds. Let's see. Okay, well, I think we don't have any questions. It was lovely hosting this webinar with you, Karina, and thank you everyone for being here and listening to us speak about e-reputation and the Barometer. And we hope you have a lovely Women's Day and a lovely afternoon wherever you are around the world. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.